read the Word of God this afternoon, early evening, in unison. Please open up to John chapter 13. You'll find it on page verses 21 to 38, and you'll find that on pages 751 and 752. Please join with me. Let me give you a little bit of background right here. What has taken place already is Jesus, he's already in the upper room with his disciples, and he's already washed their feet. And Peter, of course, Peter got upset. You know, Lord, you're not going to wash my feet. And Jesus says, unless I wash your feet, you can't be a part of me. And then Peter says, well, then wash me from head to toe. And so they're already in the upper room right now, Christ and his disciples. And actually, chapters 13 through up to 17 are what we call the Passion Discourse, the discourse of the upper room, Jesus' discourse in the upper room. That's how long this is all about what took place there. So that's in the Gospel of John, of course. Please join with me, beginning with verse 21 and following through to the end of the chapter, please. After he had said this, Jesus was troubled in spirit and testified, very truly I tell you, one of you is going to betray me. His disciples stared at one another, at a loss to know which one of them he meant. One of them, the disciple whom Jesus loved, was reclining next to him. Simon Peter motioned to this disciple and asked, "Ask him which one he means." Leaning back against Jesus, he asked him, "Lord, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I will give this piece of bread when I have dipped it in the dish." Then, dipping the piece of bread, he gave it to Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot. As soon as Judas took the bread, Satan entered into him. So Jesus told him, "What you were about to do quickly." But no one at the meal understood why Jesus said this to him. Since Judas had charge of the money, some thought Jesus was telling him to buy what was needed for the festival, or to give something to the poor. As soon as Judas had taken the bread, he went out, and it was night. When he was gone, Jesus said, "Now the Son of Man is glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will glorify the Son in himself, and will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and just as I told the Jews, so I tell you now, where I am going, you cannot come. A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." Simon Peter asked him, "Lord, where are you going?" Jesus replied, "Where I am going you cannot follow now, but you will follow later." Peter asked, "Lord, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." Then Jesus answered, "Will you really lay down your life for me? Very truly I tell you, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times."